What's going on, guys? Like all professional sports leagues, the NFL is serious business. Players have almost no time to do goofy, strange, or out-of-character things during games. But there are so many players with big-time personalities across the league, so we're bound to get some strange in-game shenanigans every once in a while. Whether it's doing something odd on the sidelines, on the field, or during a break in action. We've seen many strange occurrences in the midst of a game. Here is a look at 11 instances where NFL players were caught doing the oddest things during a game. Make sure to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications because we post videos all the time. So many sports videos, so much time, all the time. You can binge watch us like every single day, all day if you wanted to. That's how many videos we have, and you'll never get tired of it. So subscribe. Zay Jones defies gravity twice. The Buffalo Bills selected Zay Jones in the second round of the 2017 NFL Draft. He unfortunately wasn't able to live up to expectations, and the Bills traded him to the Oakland Raiders mid-season. But Jones left behind at least one fond memory during his short-lived tenure with the Bills. During a 2017 game against the Kansas City Chiefs, Jones dove for a pass in the end zone that fell incomplete. That wasn't the main story. Rather, it was the fact that Jones defied gravity and magically floated his way back up from the ground. And with that, Jones had just broken the internet. I actually remember watching this and I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, how did that happen? Really good muscles, I guess? But seriously, how did he manage to do that? If only Sir Isaac Newton were able to see that and offer some sort of explanation, but unfortunately he's dead. So thanks anyway, Isaac. But here's the thing. Jones managed to defy physics twice. During the Oakland Raiders 2019 game against the Houston Texans, Jones floated his way back up again. Tyrod Taylor uses scope. Taylor won a Super Bowl 47 championship ring as Joe Flacco's backup for the Baltimore Ravens. 3 years later, Taylor became the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, a job he had for 3 seasons. Taylor wasn't great by any means, but he earned a 2015 Pro Bowl selection, and he helped Buffalo end an 18-year playoff drought in 2017. I mean, you can argue that the guy might be the best quarterback Buffalo has had since Jim Kelly, but Josh Allen's doing pretty well this season, so I don't know about that. Taylor also set, we think, an NFL record by becoming the first quarterback to use Scope mouthwash during a game, and they got some pretty good advertising from Taylor. Of course, Taylor isn't the only quarterback who's taking care of his oral health during a game, and that leads us to Cam Newton flossing. Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton has always been quite the entertainer. Whether it's his unique sideline reactions, creative touchdown celebrations, slick outfits, or tense press. The 2015 league MVP is always giving the fans and the media something to talk about. Newton's Panthers lost to the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 50, but they didn't have to wait long for revenge. Newton and Carolina visited the Broncos in Week 1 of the 2016 season kickoff game, and the reigning MVP was caught flossing on the sidelines. I mean, whatever it takes to maintain that $1 million smile, right? Aaron Rodgers' mysterious visit to the miniature tent. Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers has unfortunately suffered numerous injuries throughout his career. He missed a game against the Patriots in 2010 because of a concussion. Rodgers missed 7 games in 2013 after suffering a fractured collarbone, and a promising 2017 season went to waste when Rodgers suffered a fractured collarbone in Week 6 against the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers completely collapsed once he went down to injury. And then there was that serious knee injury scare in Week 1 of the 2018 season against the Bears, though Rodgers turned out to be fine. Of course, he returned and rallied to help the Packers win the game, and that post-game interview became the birth of "My knee." Don't you love it? So anytime Rodgers is seen going to a tent, Packers fans are naturally going to worry a bit. It's been proven time and time again that this team can't win without Rodgers. Any more injury on his end will send nerves across the Cheesehead Nation. During a 2016 Monday night road game against the Philadelphia Eagles, Rodgers briefly went into the Packers sideline tent. That's not an odd occurrence on an NFL sideline, unless the tent is unusually tiny, like this one. What could he possibly be doing in that 4-foot tent? AJ Hawk, who previously played with Rodgers and the Packers, went on Twitter and suggested that the star quarterback was taking a bathroom break. You gotta drop a deuce, you gotta drop a deuce. After the game, Rodgers said he just wanted some privacy in getting his hamstring taped up, so he chose to have it done in the mini tent. Whether he's really telling the truth or not, we'll never know for sure. Nick Novak relieves himself. Former NFL kicker Nick Novak turned pro in 2005, and he's best known for his tenure with the San Diego Chargers. Novak was never a Pro Bowler or anything, but he did make 82% of his field goal attempts in the NFL. So that's pretty good, not awful. Despite being a reliable kicker for over a decade, Novak is simply best remembered for one strange incident during a 2011 home game against the Denver Broncos. The game was tied 13-all with a minute and a half left in the 4th quarter. But before he got ready for the chance to play hero, the CBS cameras cut to Novak relieving himself on the sidelines.
Well, Novak did hit on a 53-yarder earlier today.
You know, CBS probably just should have respected Novak's privacy. At the same time, he probably shouldn't have waited up until that point in the game to take a bathroom break. Also, shout out to the commentators for ignoring Novak's self-relieving situation, instead of giving us the preferred game analysis. By the way, Novak missed a game-winning field goal attempt in overtime, and the Chargers wound up losing to the Tim Tebow-led Broncos. Marshawn Lynch eating Skittles. Seattle Seahawks power running back Marshawn Lynch was one of the biggest characters during his NFL career. And no, it wasn't just because of how smart he got with the media. Do you know any other NFL players who consume Skittles during a football game on the sidelines? Yeah, I don't either. But Lynch was seen doing so in the midst of a 2011 Thursday night game against the Seahawks.
Ever since high school, Marshawn Lynch's mom always gave him a pack of Skittles that he eats during the game after touchdowns. Well, there you go. Skittles time. You're never too old for Skittles.
It just makes you want to say Skittles! And this is why Lynch earned the nickname Skittles, even though he already adopted the beloved Beast Mode moniker. Oh my dick! Fans in Seattle would start a tradition by throwing Skittles at Marshawn during games. Not only that, but some fans were even seen wearing Skittles costumes at Seahawks games. With that, Lynch and Skittles formed a special and unbreakable bond. In 2018, the company revealed their special edition Marshawn Lynch Skittles. And finally, Lynch even wore Skittles cleats during a 2011 game. What can we say? The dude just likes to taste the rainbow. OBJ and Saquon play rock, paper, scissors. NFL fans all over were excited about the idea of dynamic wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. and flashy running back Saquon Barkley playing together in the Meadowlands. But the New York Giants only kept these two superstars together for 1 year, before OBJ was traded to the Cleveland Browns in a 2019 blockbuster. Well, at least these Pro Bowl talents enjoyed their 1 year together, despite 2018 marking a dismal season in New York. Say what you want about Beckham being a selfish or bad teammate, at least he was willing to loosen up every now and then. Like the time he and Barkley enjoyed a nice round of rock, paper, scissors on the sidelines.
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's start the regular season.
When their football careers end, both Barkley and Beckham should try joining the World Rock, Paper, Scissors champions. They're probably not going to, and honestly, it's just not going to happen, but that'd be pretty funny. Eddie Lacy's snack. The Green Bay Packers selected Eddie Lacy in the second round of the 2013 draft. He enjoyed a couple of productive years with the Cheeseheads. Lacy won the 2013 Offensive Rookie of the Year award, and he recovered back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in each of his first 2 years. Lacy was also instrumental in helping the Packers reach the 2014 NFC Championship game. However, he would never regain his form from 2013 and 2014 again, as Lacy struggled with weight issues during the 2015 season. The Packers moved on from Lacy after the 2016 season, and he signed with the Seattle Seahawks in 2017. Of course, he was part of a crowded backfield and didn't get a whole lot of playing time. During a 2017 Seahawks preseason game, someone on Twitter snapped a photo of Lacy eating something. At first glance, it looked like a hot dog. Lacy saw the tweet and responded, claiming it was nothing more than a bag of sunflower seeds. Not a bad choice, Eddie. Sunflower seeds are much better than a hot dog. I mean, come on, you would never see an NFL player ever eat a hot dog during a game. You would never see that. Like, honestly, I don't think there's anyone, and if there is anyone that would ever eat a hot dog during a game, I'm pretty sure that player probably doesn't play anymore. Yeah, no, there's literally no one that would ever eat a hot dog during a game. Mark Sanchez eating a hot dog. What a world we live in. Mark Sanchez led the New York Jets to the AFC Championship game in his 2009 and 2010 rookie and sophomore seasons. Despite briefly reviving a long-time losing team, Sanchez wasn't the most popular figure among Jets fans. He was the ultimate turnover machine during his 4 seasons as the starter of the Jets. Some even ripped Sanchez for a poor work ethic in practice. One player suggested it's because he knew he wouldn't lose the starting job. You're probably getting the point now. Sanchez just wasn't the most likable guy, although the MetLife concession stands probably loved him. That's because during a 2009 game against the Oakland Raiders, Sanchez was seen eating a hot dog on the sidelines. It's a sin for a player to be eating such fatty food during a game, but in Sanchez's defense, the score was 38-0 for New York with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And you can eat a hot dog on the sideline.
Mark Sanchez is trying his best to hide a hot dog and eat it. Oh, wow.
Sanchez apologized for the hot dog eating incident afterwards, and he claimed that he hadn't eaten much prior to the game and was feeling sick. Sanchez added that someone offered him the hot dog, and he tried being discreet when he was eating it. Well, not too discreet though. No worries. Professional athletes burn the calories off quickly. Kyle Love sleeping. Mississippi State product Kyle Love has pieced together a pretty solid career at the NFL level, considering he went undrafted. He was with the New England Patriots when they played in Super Bowl 46, and he was also on the Carolina Panthers roster when they reached Super Bowl 50. 50. Having played on so many winners throughout the years, one would think that Love would never get bored during a game. But the Panthers were getting embarrassed during a 2018 Thursday night game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Love simply could not watch it anymore. With the Panthers getting throttled 51-21 and only 5.5 minutes remaining on the clock, Love decided to get a head start on his sleep. Or he simply just couldn't bear to watch the struggling Carolina offense any longer. Just a quick spoiler alert, the Panthers did not end up making a big comeback for the win, so Love was probably wise to get some shut-eye. Mark Sanchez eating chicken fingers. Remember when we said Mark Sanchez apologized for eating a hot dog during a game? Well, we're not really sure if he meant it. When his tenure with the Jets ended, Sanchez joined the Philadelphia Eagles to back up Nick Foles. During a 2014 home game against the New York Giants, Sanchez was once again unable to hide the fact that he was eating a greasy meal during the game. Sanchez was caught going over to Foles and saying he should try the chicken tenders. Wow, and it was quite obvious that Sanchez had them in his mouth during their discussion.
You should try the chicken tenders. They're good.
Foles suffered a broken collarbone during the season, so Sanchez eventually had to take over as the starter. He went 4-4 in 8 starts as the Eagles missed the playoffs with a 10-6 record. We're also quite certain that the Eagles made sure Sanchez wasn't eating anything during his 8 games as Philly's starter. During his NFL career, Sanchez established himself as one of the most polarizing players in the league. From playoff wins over Hall of Fame quarterbacks, to butt fumbles, to greasy meals on the sidelines. What an adventure he was. Very glad he's not on the Jets anymore though. What other odd things did NFL players do during a game? Join me in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and TPS on social media. We post great content all the time. If you wanted to go on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, of course subscribe to TPS on YouTube right down below. Go check us out. We're all over. Literally go find us. Go type my name in, go type TPS's name in, go type Justin's name in, go type Joe's name in, go type everyone's name into social media because we're there. Make sure to like this video too, because why would you not? Come on. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo, and yeah, yeah.
My knee.